What's going on, you guys? You know me as simply the Keith Carnes, and I got a suggestion video here, and this is actually a really good suggestion. I really liked this one enough to make a video pretty much on the spot. I just read this message from Dustin Nunn, so thank you, Dustin, for the suggestion. I really appreciate that. It gives me more material to upload, and it's been quite a while since I've uploaded, so it's about time to put some new material out. So he wants to know, can you make a video about this wrestling article? He linked it, and it's about Chris Benoit's son training to be a professional wrestler. So I'm guessing Dustin wants me to put my thoughts about, obviously, you know, the obvious question. You know, what do you think about Chris Benoit, the Benoit that killed his wife and son? What do I think about his son, one of his other sons becoming a professional, training to become a professional wrestler? And I believe I did read this article. I actually do go to that website myself to read my wrestling news, Small World, and I do believe that he was being trained by former WWE superstar David Hart Smith. Now, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty damn sure I'm right. I think it's cool. I mean, the kid definitely looks like Chris in a lot of ways. He definitely has a lot of his dad's looks in the face. The young guy might be able to get in that ring and be the next crippler of the professional wrestling world. But, you know, obviously a lot of people in the comments on that wrestling site said a very good point. The chances of him actually making it into WWE, especially with especially the way he resembles Chris Benoit, his father, yeah, it definitely hurts his chances to be a successful wrestler in really the only game in town. I mean, if I personally don't count TNA as being real competition, I count them as being about as important as an indie promotion. So when you're a professional wrestler, your dream at least should be to be in WWE. And you know, with Chris Benoit's son training to be pro wrestler, is it a surprise? Absolutely not. But do I think he'll ever be in WWE? Possibly. It's possible. But like I said, the problem is he resembles his dad a lot. I mean, he looks a lot like his father. And unfortunately, Chris Benoit really isn't remembered for his wrestling anymore. He's really remembered as the wrestler that killed his family. You know, the Benoit tragedy from 2007. So excuse me. So it's, I mean, it could be interesting. I mean, I personally would love to see more Benoits in the professional wrestling world, because Chris Benoit was an amazing wrestler. You know, regardless of what you think about the guy, whether you think he did it on purpose or you're like me and you actually read articles and you pay attention and you take notes, you know, I don't blame Chris Benoit for what happened. And I know it's not my place to say that he's forgiven and all this shit. But in my eye, I don't look at Chris Benoit in a negative light anymore. I did when it first happened, because I thought, you know, he just snapped. But, you know, when the guy's brain was examined, I mean, for Christ's sake, he had the mind of an 80-year-old Alzheimer's patient, and he had stages of dementia. So it was pretty much proven that Chris Benoit lost his mind. So why people like Vince McMahon and the other WWE, you know, big heads can't get it through their fucking skull that, look, Chris was not in control of his actions, and we have to let what happened go. But not to drag that on too much, but, you know, when you have Chris Benoit's son training to become a pro wrestler, obviously Chris's son wants to probably make it to WWE. Could it happen? Absolutely. But like I said, the chances of it happening are probably really slim, and it's a really sad reality. I mean, it is. It's a really, really sad reality. And it's too bad, because, like I said, Chris Benoit was an amazing wrestler, and his kids probably going to inherit his amazing athletic ability. So once again, Dustin, thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate that. I hope this video is what you were hoping it would be, if you were hoping for anything. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. You know, I'd like to see the guy make it. But do I think he has a good chance? No, I don't. Because like I said, WWE, they're not letting go of the fact that Chris lost his mind. I mean, that Chris killed his family, and they're not moving on. They're still editing him out. They're not mentioning him by name. I mean, it really, if you ask me, it's very unprofessional the way they've handled the whole situation. Chris Benoit himself was a victim, and I don't care if I get blasted for that. It's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Don't really care. It's just my opinion. And I wish his son all the best luck in the world. And hopefully he'll make it. And hopefully he can continue his father's legacy that Chris left behind too soon. So anyway, guys, this is the Keith Carnes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, leave me suggestions if you have any you want to hear my opinion on. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.